I can't be here around these niggas. I can't be around these people, whatever. And he was like, come to Vegas.
The weird reading. Let's go to that real quick.
The reading said a lot about my friend that I
about.
was. The reading said a lot about my friend that I was with at the time. That's the person who like caused most of my trauma. And so, but it also said that I was going to move. And it said a lot of shit. Like I was going to break free and I was going to be happy and I was going to be this and I was going to be that. So, he ended up going back to Vegas after we had hung out and all that and went to New Orleans. And I went back to my aunt's, but then a hurricane was coming. A couple months later, August came, my birthday come. It's about September, a hurricane's about to come. I'm like, oh, hell no, I ain't gonna survive that shit. Not here. I ain't sitting in here with these niggas, you know? And so he was like, get on a Greyhound and come here. The Greyhound, I think, was 3 to 4 days long from Pensacola to Las Vegas, Nevada. I just woke up one day and hopped on it. Packed me a bag. I mean, I ain't have shit anyways. Packed me a bag and I came. And that's how I ended up in
Vegas.
Yeah, so I stayed there for 3 months. And because I hated it there. I came back home and I started selling used cars on Craigslist. I had got my income tax check. Because I went there in September. I came back, I want to say like the end of December. I ended up getting my tax return like first week of February. It was something like the advance or my tax return. Something happened where I got my money early. And I started buying used cars off Craigslist and having my uncle repair them. And I was flipping them. And then I got really good at making candy apples. So I started selling those and then other things. And I was just a hustler.
And that was just you, all legal aspects. I'm just a young lady. Shit, I'm trying to get my money.
I was a little hungry at the time to do better. And because I couldn't imagine just going back to whatever, you know. Right. And so I wasn't as hopeless as I was before.
You couldn't imagine going back to where? Back to Vegas with that friend?
Anything that was behind me. Nothing behind me was good. So yeah. So I started flipping cars. I saved up tons of money. So on an average a day, every other day, I would probably make a minimum $1,500 because I'm getting cars off Craigslist with blown head gaskets for about $700-800. I'm having the people pressure wash them down. My uncle clear the check engine light on the dash.
You just did what you had to do. You just like any limit car dealer.
Yeah.
Limit car dealer. You just did the limit thing.
Yes, and during tax season. Women didn't care as long as the car was running, smelled good, got, decent looking tires on it. So I ended up buying a house.
Okay.
And then,
Is that the house that you bought in Marcus? I mean, with the guy that you let bum off of you, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So can we rewind just a little bit further? Juvenile. What ages were you when you were in juvenile?
So I ended up going to juvenile after Hurricane Ivan. I was a runaway before that though, kind of. 13 to 18.
13. Oh, so that's 5 years.
Yeah, 13 to 18. I went to 4 programs.
Can you tell me about your experience in juvenile?
It was fun. So,
what made it fun?
The girls were cute.
That's when you start exploring your sexuality.
The food was good. It wasn't like prison, It was, yes, Babs. It wasn't like prison. It was like, people can send you care packages, your own lotion, little Johnson & Johnson, your own blankie, your PJ, stuff like that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like prison.
Did you have people sending you that though?
My mother, yes.
Perfect, good. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just got to ask questions in between.
Juvenile wasn't bad to me at all. I really liked it. It got to the point where I didn't want to go home. Like, I'm not looking forward to going home. When it's time to go home, I'm about to get arrested up out of here and go get transferred to another little unit, you know what I'm saying, to another place, another city. And yeah, it was fine to me. That's when I did learn that I like the girls. Because before that, I'm like, I would never like women. I'm in a fucking house with 5 women. Like, never, ever. There's nothing about a woman I would want.
Can you tell me why?
Why what?
Because I've been a juvenile and I cry like a little hoe. Sorry. When they bring those pancake grits, I cried with that little sheer window. I know you know what I'm talking about because you said you was there. That you can't see none out of because it got fiber or some type of glass on it.
So
all you know is the sun rise and the sun set. I cried at breakfast. Tears in my grits. Tears on those hard pancakes. Tears on that goulash. Tears. I was crying. They had to say, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I got allergies. Tell me what made you happy to be there? Because I couldn't do it.
What was very, very hard for me was ERDC. Isn't that where you was?
Hold on, what was spell again?
ERDC. Escambia Regional Detention Center. That was not fun. That's where you were crying in the grits.
Right. That's where I was at.
That wasn't fun. So when I was in those places, that was torture. Children, that shouldn't be there. So I would have to go there to wait on a program. Now, when I was in there, it was very, very bad for me because that is like prison, if not a little worse. So in there, I would wait on programs. But when I got sent to the programs, I'm good to go. That's pretty much like an adult prison. You go from the county to your prison. So it was like, as long as I was in my programs, I was good. The in-betweens, like the juvenile detention centers while you're waiting on your program, that was rough. The programs was like college, like just going to college. It was no big deal.
I want to get to the programs, but I want to get to what made you go to the programs.
So maybe go to the programs.
What caused you to get there?
Growing up in in Florida, you and your siblings and stuff, they kind of like roast you and stuff.
Let me just tell you, let me make this PSA. They gonna love you anyways. I do. Listen, it does not matter. Because I know too many people. I could be one of those motherfuckers too. I ain't got no program, but I damn sure had to spend some time in the penitentiary. Oh, I shouldn't say that, Lord. In the jail, not penitentiary, in the jailhouse. Don't worry about it. This is you, authentically you. You gonna help other people. Watch.
Okay, so
You will. They need to hear it. Trust me, I'm gonna tell mine one day too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So what ended up happening is, and you were growing up in like the South, it's normal for your siblings and stuff to roast you, right? Y'all roast each other. Well, I had issues in school. I had an issue with learning. Like I'm not gonna call it slow. Like I was never.
Was you in bump like you always talk about me being in bump?
Certain things didn't make sense to me, like pronunciation of words. They'd be like, this E is silent and that's A is silent. And I'm like, how we know? Is this going to be like a symbol in it or something? Or, I noticed a math problem, but this sometimes is added with this, but not this time. It's just, some shit just didn't add up. Now I get it why it didn't add up because it was never supposed to. But anyways, and I'm glad I didn't get it. But anywho, so certain shit just didn't make sense to me. I was a slow learner. Because I was a slow learner, my sisters were very advanced and they used to get rewarded for good reports. And I never did. I would get disciplined for having a terrible report. And it's not that I didn't try because I'm trying, but it's just not making sense to me. So that caused a lot of frustration. The form of discipline that I received when I was young was also causing frustration because it was very inappropriate. My grandmother.
Who disciplined you?
None of your business.
Okay.
My grandmother's passing, both of them, that frustrated me. It left me very confused. Okay. And it was just a lot of stuff, just being exposed to a lot of stuff, My mom, though, she did a good job. Discipline part, she was wrong for that. But other than that, she didn't bring no men around us. We never ended up in the projects. We never were on Section 8. We never went to bed hungry. We never didn't have decent clothes. We never did not have our hair not combed. Um, we it was those type of things. She kept 2 jobs, etc. However, with all of that, she had 5 girls and she was by herself. So she did not have room for that shit that was necessary, like
So
conversation.
she didn't have another man in the house with y'all at all.
Mm-mm. She had this boyfriend named Thomas, but she wouldn't let him come and be there with us.
Right. So good. So it's just you, your 4 siblings, which is all girls, all sisters.
Yeah.
Another woman taking care of all 5 of y'all.
Yeah, my mama. Mhm.
All right, proceed.
We was kind of raised by our grandma, but my granny passed, my mom just kind of took over. And so, anyway, so in a household, it's fucking 4 girls. Like, we looking after each other because my mama have to work a lot. And I know it's just a lot of frustration. I get in trouble in school. I would get brutally disciplined.
By who?
My
Is it
mom,
still none of my business?
my mom and my sister's dad. So I thought he was my dad at first. And then I learned when we were like in the 6th or 7th grade, we went to get shots. And then I guess some
6th or
DNA.
7th grade. You really little. How old are you, actually? That's about
I
10 to 11.
I flunked the 3rd grade. So at this time, when I'm in the 6th grade, I'm about 11. So we go get some type of shots or something. And DNA was done. And I found out that he was not my father.
Right.
But I have been calling him dad my whole life and stuff like that. And I don't know. He was the one that would pick us all up, all 3 of us up. The youngest had her dad, my oldest had her dad, and then the 3 was 3 of us, so we thought we had the same dad. Coming to find out, they're like, those 2 is his, but not her. So I'm like, well, hold on now. What the fuck is my dad then? You know? And then she's like, well, he ain't it. And so he started acting funny. Like, you can't get picked up no more.
So all the people, all the siblings around you,
they had their fathers, yes. So with him, when he was really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. It's not his fault that was the outcome at all. You know, you did the part. You took somebody's word and you did the right thing while you did. Anyway, so at that point, it's like, I'm not getting picked up no more. I'm not getting rewarded for nothing. And I didn't get fucked because I'm like, well, now I ain't got to get no ass by you either. You know, that kind of thing. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't have a dad. So it's like a lot of different things was making me frustrated. When it came to rooms, it's like, okay, I don't have a room because my mom had a 3-bedroom house after my granny died. She kind of like moved around the corner, like by the Boys and Girls Club. And she had a 3-bedroom house and she had the 2 oldest, they had beds side by side. And then the 2 youngest, they had this bunk bed, like top bunk, bottom bunk. And then there's me, I'm in the middle. So for me, I'm like, I don't fit in that motherfucking equation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. I'm not even finna fucking try to fit. Y'all got me fucked up. You know, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I just always felt like outside-ish. Just like,
just take your time and know what's going on right now.
I know what's
That's
going
it.
on.
All right.
So I just always felt like outside-ish. Like, so that was a lot of frustration. So then Hurricane Ivan came and then we had to go stay with my aunt for a little bit. Things took place when we were at my auntie's house for Hurricane Ivan. Now, prior to that, I was already running away from home because the form of discipline was to me just too much. I know about belts, I know about switches, but when pool sticks come into play and all kind of other shit, that's when I was like, I ain't gonna keep enduring that. And you know, at that age, I'm like a $1.05, soaking wet. So I'm like, yeah, nah, bitch, I can't keep doing that. You know what I mean? So at that time, I was running away just to run away from discipline. But after Hurricane Ivan, when certain things happened at my aunt's, I was running away because I had just developed a problem, you know? And so one day I was suspended from school after Hurricane Ivan. And my mom was like, rake the yard and do this and do that. I'm like, I'm not doing none of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I'm just feeling misunderstood. And so I didn't do none of the chores.
How old are you? 13.
At this time, I'm 12. I'm about 12. So at this
All right.
time, because Hurricane Ivan, I think I want to say I was 12. It happened in September. I can't remember what the year, whatever. I didn't do any of the things, and she had some drinks in her fridge called Sparks. They were like malt liquor, kind of like Four Locos. So
Okay.
I drank them. So I kicked my feet up. I said, I'm not doing nothing. I drank them. And at this point, I'm numb. And I'm kind of ready for whatever. And the day that I got suspended, I was in school. And I remember like yesterday, I was listening to Linkin Park. And I was like, I'm kind of fed up with it. She tried me. We're just going to have to go this route. You know, it's crazy. And so I ran away. She get off from work. I didn't do nothing. I'm sitting across the street at the Boys and Girls Club. We're like right across from the basketball court, you know, in Shantytown. And so she's calling my name. And she's like, come in the house. Come bring your ass in the house. She think it's going to be like the traditional times where
Your mom calling you to come in the house.
Yeah. And I said, mm-mm. And she was like, come in this house. I was like, all right. She kept telling me to come. So I pulled a knife out. It's a huge, like, butcher knife. Not like you cut a watermelon with or something. So she was startled. And what made me fall in love was the fear in her eyes. It's like, now the roles have reversed. And in my head, I'm like, I told her, because in my head, I'm like, I want to do it. You just do something to her to fucking scare her. And so I said, I'm going to unalive all of you.
We always do that.
Yeah.
We always.
So I told her, I said, I'm going to unalive all of you. I said, you want me to come in the house? And she said, no. And she's trying to talk to me normal. I'm like, don't talk to me like that now. It was just kind of like over. So she called law enforcement. They arrested me, and I was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon intent.
And you didn't do anything. You didn't do nothing.
The charge was accurate, Brison, because it was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
It wasn't. You're a jit. You're 12.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. Go.
Brison.
You can go ahead. I'm just saying, bro. You're 12 years. Oh, do you? Bro, I can't even tell you what I did at 12.
It doesn't matter how old you are.
I don't care. It does.
No, it doesn't. Crimes are crimes. At 12, I was very responsible, honey. I was in my right mind.
Okay.
So anyways, it was aggravated assault with the deadly weapon intent. With the intent. And that was my intent. To KILL. So I went to jail. I think it was a 3rd-degree felony at the time. I went to juvenile.
So did you want to really, truly KIL?
Yes.
Why?
So then, nigga, didn't I just tell you? Are you listening?
I am listening. I just got to make sure I'm hearing what I'm hearing.
I already told you. Just frustrated by a cluster of things. And so I ended up in juvenile, and they sentenced me to 21 days. 21 working days is what they call it. I'm sure you know what that's about.
I do.
Working days means the weekends and the holidays don't count. And ERDC juvenile was very rough. So I was like, ooh, when I get up out of here, I ain't coming back. But when I got out and I went back to school, I'm still misbehaving. And sis thinks she finna do her big one. And I'm like, you're not doing that. No, we don't do that no more. I'm going to cut up. I'm going to act a fool. So she ended up just telling the judge, like, at this time, like, oh, I don't trust her. Sorry, my house is kind of... Stop, house. 1 second.
All right, take your time. I got to pee anyways. We're going to take a break anyways. We all need a break. Echo, can you play Survivor by Destiny's Child? Echo!
Can you not play songs?
I gotta pee anyway.
But can you...
Echo.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Is there any way you can play...
Can you not play these songs?
You can play a song. You want a song? What's your favorite song? What song you want to play? Can you play Doja Cat? Huh?
We can just have a mic come up and do a mic break.
All right, you can do it. Can you do it? I'll be right back. It's only gonna take me like 20 seconds. You know, I ain't gonna wash my hands, so it ain't gonna take long. I'll be right back. Jesus.